within, because God is within you. And so only you can do what you need to do. I am the second coming of Christ, the light of your life. All right? I am the second coming of Christ is a true statement. It means you when you say it. I am is you when you say I am, okay? When you say I am, that's what we talking about, all right? Don't listen to me say I am and think that it means something separated from you. Put no other separation before me, all right? I am God. Y'all know what it is. I am God means you when you say it. I am the second coming across means you when you say it. So we just gonna keep it trill. Don't confuse yourself. This for entertainment purposes only. So do not get confused or you will feel stupid, all right? Because you out of there, you feel me? Awaken the God within. What up, though? Chat, what's up, man? Where's at? Shout out to Trinity Time Travels first in the building. I'm saying he got followers. Let's go. Jonathan Love said, yes, sir, I am. You know I am. That's a fact. 72 said, how are you the second coming of Christ? Because I'm back. What you mean? You thought that this was my first time here? I'm an old soul, okay? Relax. All right? I'm back. Relax. All right? Somebody said, Mary Miracle. Oh, what up, though, Mary? I'm tripping. Somebody says, you got your own book. I need that ASAP. That's love. He got followers. You feel me? Like, click the link in the description. You feel me? Click that link in the description. Okay. The link is in the description. The book is available on Amazon. Click the link and get you one. All right. Somebody said, how are you the second coming of Christ? Well, I am, which means you when you say it. So you are, all right? The second coming of Christ because, and the first time we got crucified. Okay, so we came back again. All right, here we are. Somebody said, Christ is said to be in heaven at the right hand of God. Surprised I haven't been timed out yet. That's because you have some type of weirdo expectation that you created in your own mind. I don't know why, but don't be so hard on yourself, all right? All right, so Christ is in heaven, all right? As so are we all, because heaven is within you. Luke 17:21, okay? So heaven is within you, and you are within you, so you are in heaven, all right? You are Christ, cool. The right hand of God means not the wrong use of the law, but the correct use of the law. See, if you notice, correct, like K-O God is co-God. Co means with God. So correct would mean with rection or with wreck, all right? Resurrection, okay? Re means again. So the correction is a resurrection so that you could be erect again, you know, a straight path to God. You see what I'm saying? So, yes, we are all Christ and we are all in heaven and heaven is within us all. Luke 17:21, okay? So look, let me show you. Hold on. Let me get the rep in my hands too, because you know how I do what I do. But so this is what we said, okay? In the beginning, all right, God used a 3-step process, all right? It's called descending, all right? We are all direct. You see that rect, resurrect, direct, correct, KO God, co-God, correction. You going in the wrong direction. Time for a resurrection, okay? So let me help you with your resurrection to resurrect your erection because you have an erectile dysfunction and that is not a perverted statement, okay? So don't take it carnal because this ain't your carnal-minded intelligence. This is your spiritual intelligence, so this is a spiritual circumcision, okay? So you have God, the uncreated, because people be like, who created God? How was God created? Relax. God is not created, okay? God is uncreated. God will never be created, okay? God is the creator who never gets to be created. That's why he creates creations so he can experience what it feels like to be created, okay? And boy, is it a doozy, okay? So what did God do when God decided he wanted to experience creation. All right. Well, he created a vessel or a vehicle or a mode of transportation that would allow his consciousness to travel into the realm or the land of. So he had to create a inner identity or a mode of operation within his own mind so that he could move his spirit inside of his mind or inside of his thinking. So he created Adam. All right. So God wanted to experience creation, so he created a mode through which he could experience creation, so he created Adam, all right? So Adam is the first degree of separation from the truth of uncreated God, because God cannot be created. So when he created Adam, he created a false body, all right? Adam is a false body, okay? So man is a false body. So Adam is man, man is false, Adam is false body, all right? So when he created man, or he created his false body, he created his fictitious entity, his birth certificate, okay? His false body needed a mind that he could use to experience the false world. So he created a false body. He put the false body to sleep, gave it a false mind. That's Eve, Adam and Eve, the false body and the false mind, okay? The false mind gets deceived because the false mind is on the vibratory level of the false information. So you on that same vibration, you kind of gullible to, you vulnerable to that frequency, all right? So somebody said, so since day one, women been getting man in trouble. No, you're actually being gay. You being carnal minded. This is spiritual circumcision, okay? There is no gender in the spirit world, all right? Gender is a part of the physical world, but there is no physical separation in the non-physical world. There is no physical gender in the spirit. There's no physical gender in the non-physical world. So no, it's not women and man. It's not male and female. This is spiritual. This is architecture. This is the archetypes. This is understanding. All right. So let's stay on topic, my boy. This is not the battle of the sexes, nigga, because that's some carnal-minded physical illusion. That's in that. We're not there. All right. Right now, what we're saying is God is the source spirit that did not fall into creation. It created a false identity or a false body. In that false body, he created a false mind. In that false mind, he's able to experience the false world, okay? But that's his spirit falling or descending into human experience. You understand that? So in order for God to experience his creations, he had to create a false body with a false mind to experience the false world. All right. Somebody said, hate to tell you that's false, but it is, bro. Man was in the image of God. God isn't a false being. You have no idea what you're talking about. God made man and woman. You can't stand. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's start over. All right, y'all are some lost trolls. Y'all know which way to go. Listen to me. God is the uncreated aspect of reality. God will never be created, okay? Adam is the created body that God is going to use to experience his creation, all right? So God, I did not say that God is created. God is not created. God made man in his image or in his imagination. The word image is short for imagination. Inside of God's mind, he imagined creations. He experienced the creations in his imagination by creating an imaginary body made out of light, okay? The body is made out of light. This is why I love to come on here. Somebody said, bro, using God as a defense mechanism. God is the ultimate defense mechanism that you are supposed to use. That's why God says, come to God, okay? You go to God to get rest from dealing with all of the illusions that are actually causing your mental health, okay? God is the ultimate defense mechanism because God is the absolute winner. God does not lose. So you go with God and become victorious, a victor, because you chose God, you become chosen, all right? Somebody said, I am KO God, all love. What up, though, Truth Master Dre? Somebody said, repent and believe the gospel. Somebody said, so you're going to ignore the one-on-one? Yes. I don't know what you're talking about, but you out of here. You trying to distract me? I don't care what you're talking about, all right? We're not confused. All we know is that God is the source. The source is always the source. The source cannot stop being the source. Therefore, the source is uncreated. God is uncreated. God does not become created. God is not a creation. Nobody created God. You don't ask who created God, because no one created God, because God is not created. God is the eternally uncreated aspect, or the uncreated source of all creation. All right. God wants to experience creation. So God created a vessel or a mechanism, a technology, an ability to experience creation. Creation is false. God is real. God wanted to experience that which is not. You understand me? So he had to create it. Hold on. Somebody said, all right, boom, boom. Hold on. If you don't want to be in here, I'm getting y'all up out of here, because y'all are a waste of my chat space, okay? So I don't care how many times I got to repeat this same shit. I'm going to say what I'm saying. You feel me? So yeah, let's go back to it. So you have the origin of creation, which is consciousness, which is God. Consciousness never stops being consciousness. The uncreated never stops being uncreated. It creates. Consciousness creates. It creates by using its imagination, and it imagines things inside of its own consciousness. So consciousness is using consciousness to become aware of its imagination, or its creations it creates in its imagination. The body is not physical. It's made out of atoms. Atoms are the building blocks of reality. Atoms are made out of subatomic particles. Adam is the first man created by God. The first man created by God is the fictitious entity that God uses to enter into the false world. The false world is created by the false mind that God created within the false body, which is Eve. Adam is the false body. Eve is the false mind. And they together get to explore the false world of the tree of good and evil. All right. Eve eats from the tree of good and evil. The tree of good and evil produces the fruit. The fruit comes from the seed. The seed is the thought. All right. The carnal mind is Eve. Eve is the carnal mind, the prodigal son, the son that leaves the father to go explore the world of make-believe. All right. Eve, being the false mind, is vulnerable and gullible and open to the frequency of the false world, because her false mind is on the same frequency as the false world, so they can match. All right. So that's why Adam, the false body, follows Eve, the false mind, into the dream, the false world. All right. In the false world, they create Cain and Abel. All right. Cain goes to the city of Nod, that's sleep. Abel goes with God, because that's the ability. You have to become the master. You have to master your own abilities. Okay. Your own Abel. Abel is still alive because God is eternal life. Cain went to Nod, or went to sleep, because he turned his back on God and does not maintain the awareness of eternal life. All right. So he think that Abel died and that he gets punished for that. But Abel can't die, because God is eternal life. All right. So but back to the Trinity of God, Adam, and Eve. So God is the uncreated. He created the body so that he could experience the creation. He created the mind, the false mind, because the false mind is going to create the false creation. All right. So the Eve is not a female or a woman or a vagina or physical genitals. Eve is the false mind in the false body that allows you to entertain the false world. The 2D, the TV, the commercials, the education, the media, the music, the movies, you know, the carnal world. So Eve is the carnal mind. The carnal mind creates the prodigal son, because the prodigal son leaves the father and goes to experiment, to experience things mentally. All right. When you go and you run your experiments, you become Yaqub. Yaqub is Jacob. Yaqub is the big-headed scientist. The scientist is the observer. Science means observe. So the prodigal son goes to experience or experiment and become that scientist is the mad observer. The mad observer, Yaqub, is Jacob. Jacob wrestles with God and he becomes Israel. He becomes Israel light. All right. He becomes real light because he tested the fire and then he testifies. Okay. So you have to testify. You have to speak the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you, God. All right. So Yaqub became Israel, or real light, because he became a testimony, a testament. The experience is an experiment that becomes a testament. You pass your test, you become real light. It's the oxygen that fuels the fire inside and keeps your temperature at 96.8 degrees or 98.6 degrees, something like that. All right. So you have an internal temperature because you have an inferno, an internal flame. The internal flame is burning with the oxygen that you're breathing in. So you have blue blood that needs to be oxygenated, and then you have red blood, which is oxygenated. People that's operating off of their blue blood is operating off of blood with no oxygen in it. And then people that's operating off of the red blood is operating off of blood with the Spirit of God, or that is oxygenated, which helps them, you know what I'm saying, have clear thoughts, okay? So the blue blood for the sad people, the red blood for the glad people, okay? But it's because they was mad people. So the mad scientist is Jacob wrestling God, and then he gets submitted by God and therefore submits to God, all right? So the Bible is telling one story, and then it's giving it to you from all of these different perspectives. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all can understand this, y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Put some love on the live. I'm about to run it back down. I'll see what y'all talking about because it's love. You feel me? So let's continue the love going, okay? Somebody said yapping niggas are annoying. Well then, if that's true, why are you in the room? All right, be an intelligent individual and do what you got to do, because nobody can use your free will for you. We see that you are used to abuse because you're abusing yourself by putting yourself in the presence of what you do not appreciate. If you do not appreciate me, then all you got to do is leave. Okay, somebody said, I will report you. You are a Karen, you nagging, complaining, permit, Patty, okay? Somebody says, why are you giving medical advice? Because you should go and take your own life, okay? You should go and die. Facts, all right? Get up out of here. We don't care. We don't even know why you decided to come and bother us with your presence anyway, because you are annoying, my guy, all right? So, yes, don't say, okay, leaving, just leave and never come back. No one even invited you in the first place, okay? We don't value you. You're irrelevant. We don't care about your opinion. And no one in your life cares about your opinion, okay? Nobody looks out for you. You are a degenerate, pass around you for the streets, okay? Nobody's in a healthy long shit with you because no one wants to deal with you as soon as they figure out who you are, because you hate yourself and so you don't know how to love anyone else. You can't love someone else until you learn how to love yourself, and love is not real if it's not the love of God, okay? If you don't know how to love yourself the way that God loves you, you don't know how to love anyone else, okay? You can't love someone else until you learn how to love yourself, and that's why you're in my chat as a hater, because you hate yourself, because it's you who are experiencing and trying to spread hate. Why? Because you have hate to spread. I don't know the hate that you have. You're trying to make me aware of the hate that you have because you have it and you want me to share it with you because misery loves company. Now you a troll because you ain't paid a toll to cross over the road. You got to carry your own cross. Jesus did not come die for you. You got to die for yourself, and you got to carry your cross daily. All right? You are Jesus Christ. You got to admit that and be the light in your own life, or you will have no light and you will keep stumbling in the dark of your own confusion because you're a narcissistic asshole going from one person's life to another, trying to pull down people's self-esteem because you have none. And because you have none, you feel like no one else deserves love because you hate love, because every time you were supposed to be loved, they traumatized you, and you are now a product of childhood trauma, and you don't want anyone else to experience the love you didn't get to experience because you a hating ass bitch. You envious, jealous ass degenerate, okay? Don't get mad at me because I get my love directly from my Father who is within me, and I don't need love from anybody outside of me, which is why I'm not abused, because I don't go around trying to get validation from fake ass human beings who are just light manifestations when the physical world isn't even actually physical. It's an illusion. It's trying to confuse you and make you think that it's solid when it's not solid, because it's made out of subatomic particles, and even the atoms are mostly space. Even atoms are not solid, okay? So you running around believing in things that are made out of more space than they are out of anything of substance, and you mad at me because you believe in the puppet reality. You watch the puppet show and think that the puppet has its own life, while the rest of us realize that the puppet is sitting on the lap of a nigga with his hand up his ass. Just like you got a head up your ass, it's your own head. Get your head from up your ass, and you will get done with that stinking thinking and stop trying to share that stinking thinking with other people, okay? thinking that the world is evil when it's just you, because you're dumb, because you didn't figure out how to love yourself, okay? Because you thought that no one else loved you, so you don't love you, so no one loves you, and now you are an unloved little troll stuck at the bottom of the bridge because you didn't pay the toll. Don't nobody care about you. You gonna be a lost soul until you find yourself, all right? You gonna be lost in the dark until you become the light and let that light shine bright, all right? So I don't know why you trying to inject your soul into my life and create a soul tie that's a toxic trauma bond. I don't wanna bond with you through trauma. Bond with me through God. Now go be the God version of yourself and stop being the dumbass version of yourself, and maybe we can link up in communion. But I don't want a fellowship with no ships that just gonna crash into absolutely nothing for nothing at all right? I'm gonna work with the Spirit of God, because the Spirit of God is the breath that we're all breathing, and if you don't breathe, then you don't live. You don't have consciousness, okay? You lose your breath, you lose your consciousness. Therefore, breath is consciousness. Breath is the Spirit of God. Consciousness is the anointing. Consciousness is what you use to think and what you use to create the star seeds, the thoughts that become the trees and the fruits that you eat, and you keep using the tree of good and knowledge, planting seeds with the carnal mind of Eve. Eve became a victim of the tree of good and knowledge because Eve is the lower mind and is susceptible to the lower thought patterns. So when you plant seeds, they become the fruits that you don't appreciate, fruits of judgment, fruits of fear, fruits of separation, when we are not separate from God. That's why Adam and Eve felt fear when they seen God in the garden and tried to act like they needed to cover themselves up. And God was like, what y'all got going on? Y'all feel shame because of your carnal mind. There is no shame, but you create that shame because you think and you believe that you are separated from the only thing that exists. You think you're separated from God when God is everywhere all the time. God is within you, and so is his mind. Access the God mind and let go of the human mind. Stop trying to be a human version of your spiritual self, and you will be free. The human version of your spiritual self is the slave. Okay, the spiritual version of yourself is the free aspect, the mass star, the star that has to shine bright when it becomes a mass star and not a little puny human star. We got to be the real light, the Israelite, and not the false light, the moonlight, because the moon governs the emotions. You emotional. You have false motivation. Real motivation comes when that oxygen tests that fire and it put fuel on the fire. You get that desire, that passion. You understand me? Real motivation is passion. False motivation is emotions. The false light is the emotions from the moon. The real light is the desire, the fire, the sun. Okay? If y'all can understand that, y'all subscribe, join the community of like minds that don't mind letting that light shine by putting more fuel on that fire, like Luke 12:49. You understand me? Y'all put some love on the live, and let's keep our family uplifted, all right? It's one family under God. God is the breath that we all breathe. There's only one reason that we all breathe it. So it's not a confusing situation. It's not which God are you talking about. We're talking about the God that is the breath that you are breathing, that all living things are breathing. Even the fish in the water have to breathe oxygen. You understand me? So what we talking about is breath. If you're breathing breath, that's that one God that we're all interacting with. All right? We are all in a matrix that allows us to breathe in oxygen from the exact same source. It's the exact same breath. We're all breathing for the one reason, one God, one breath, one family, all of us, children under God. All right, it is. So all you need to do is keep that oxygen supply going within your body so that your fire can continue to burn and you can keep your internal temperature. All right, facts. Somebody says, none of this makes sense, right? If it don't make sense to you, it's because you're stuck in your 5 physical senses, and this is extrasensory, all right? These senses are spiritual senses. You cannot sense the non-physical world with your physical senses. It's not going to make sense to humans. I don't talk to humans. I talk to the consciousness. I talk to the spirit. I talk to the soul. I don't talk to the body because the body does not have its own life. The body is a fictitious entity. That's why you register it as property with your birth certificate when you become civil little martus. In order for you to be SESKV, you have to act. It's the SESKV Act because the London Bridges your human documentation, all right? Because the truth is, the Akashic records, you have to learn how to run the trust entrusted to you by your Father, our Father in heaven. On the back of the money, it says, in God we trust. In God we trust because God created the trust account for his children. You are the child of God. You have to access your trust as the beneficiary, but you don't know who you are, so you don't know how to access that trust. You think that you are the straw man. You think you are. Can y'all hear me? Somebody said I'm getting dumber about a minute. I ain't gonna lie, you been as dumb as you can be since you came out your mama's vagina with an STD. I don't understand why you think that you are above us when you know that your mama was lost in them streets. She don't even let you have a relationship with your father. She was having sex with every other nigga she meet. So you need to stop talking like you talking to me, cause you are an idiot, nigga. You the one that's lost. You can't actually see. I am actually GhOD. I am God in the flesh, your father, the one that your mother wouldn't let you see. You blind now, deaf, dumb, and an idiot. That's facts. So we gonna continue to go and be our father because every son becomes his father. Every son becomes a father. I am the son of my father. I and the father are one because I am the son. I become the father. Luke, I am your father right here, right now, in eternity, the past, the present, and the future. If I ever was gonna become something, I am that right now. Somebody said, bro was raised in a church. The church kicked Jesus out, and the church people crucified Jesus. They would not raise me to tell you that I am God and I am Jesus Christ. No church in America allows you to say that. So don't get yourself confused. Every time Jesus went to a church, they kicked him out. Jesus went in the church and flipped over tables and told everybody off, all right? Nobody in the church appreciated Jesus Christ. That's a fact. So I don't know why you said I was raised in the church. You don't understand what's going on. The church is a religion, and the religion was sent to test your ment to see if you actually mean what you're talking about. People that go to church be faking it. You understand me? The church stands as my test to see if I'm really in tune with God or if I'm just trying to act like I believe in God because I'm supposed to, because I'm surrounded by a bunch of people that are in my church community. I'm not concerned about no humans, none of y'all, and I don't need your validation. Your opinion doesn't matter, and I ain't come here for you. My attention, you're irrelevant, so I'll just continue to ignore you. That's proof to let you know that I am the one that's the most important person in the room. If I didn't create this room, you wouldn't even be able to communicate in this community, all right? So welcome to the community that I created as a co-creator because I am a creator, even though you think that you are a creation. I'm not a creation, I'm a creator, and I'm gonna keep on creating. I create my own consequences, which turn into my own version of heaven on earth. That's why earth is training grounds for me to train my free will, and I'm training now to train my free will to create my own version of heaven with the law of momentum. Because once I get the momentum acting properly on my version of heaven, a thing in motion stays in motion until acted on by outside force. That outside force is my free will. My free will is a cosmic power. With cosmic power comes cosmic responsibilities. I am responsible for the consequences that I am causing. All right, I'll say that again. Cosmic powers come with cosmic responsibilities. I am responsible for the consequences that I am causing with my cosmic powers. All right, so I have free will. My free will can either create consequences that I appreciate, or my free will can create consequences that I do not appreciate. Consequences that I do appreciate build my own version of heaven. Consequences that I do not appreciate build my own version of hell. Okay? You can get stuck in hell. You can get stuck in your own version of hell, or you can get stuck in your own version of heaven. The choice is yours. You have the choice because you have the free will, which makes you the Lord. You are the Lord over your free will because you are the one who has to use your free will. Your free will does not use you. All right? Listen, heaven is inside of you, inside of your mind. Your mind is where you create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your experiences. Your experiences control what you experience. If you want to experience heaven, you create your experiences. If you want to experience hell, you create your experiences because you are a creator co-creating with God's laws for all eternity, okay? If you can't understand what I'm saying, it's just that you're an idiot and you ain't able to handle this level of cognitive development. You still are stuck in the carnal mind, illusion, matrix, holographic projection because the physical world is not physical. It's made mostly out of empty space, because it's made out of atoms, and atoms are made out of subatomic particles, which is light energy. The observer effect takes the light wave, collapses the light wave into a particle. That particle becomes a subatomic particle, which creates an atom. The atom becomes the element, the building blocks. Come on, family. Chemistry. Comet is the dark science or dark observation. All right. What I'm saying is that your human body is made out of lights. You're a light show. Yes, schizo. Schizo means that you split the mind because there are two minds. Splitting the mind means splitting the atom. Splitting the atom creates a nuclear vision. When you split the atom, you split the mind of man, you become the mind of God. All right. When you split the mind, you disintegrate the ego. When you disintegrate the ego puts up a fight. The ego is Yakub, the big-headed experience, the big-headed scientists, okay? The big head, because it's the ego. The ego has to submit to the truth. The ego has to submit to God, which is the truth. So once you submit that ego, the ego goes through a mental breakdown. You let the ego break down. You survive the breakdown. You survive the purification of the fire. The fire burns away everything that is impure, that does not belong. You use the fire to test your experiment. You pass your test and become a testament. You let your experiment become your testament. You testify. You tell the truth. Okay. That's the point of you testing the fire. The fire is inside of you. It's the reason why I'm able to increase my temperature, and then I'm able to be like a nuclear reactor and achieve condensation. I produce liquids because God split the waters between the heavens and the earth. You have waters on earth, which are under the moon, which are the waters that are the emotions. You're emotional, and you have to walk on waters and not let the waters capsize your ship. Your ship is your body. Your body is a ship because it's a vessel. That's why it's a docked orb. That's why at the doctor they give you a birth certificate, because you done came down that Nile River, which is the waters that flow from your mother that come out the placenta for real, because the baby creates its own sac and its own placenta. Facts. I ain't gonna lie. But other than that, man, all we saying is your free will. Somebody said, so I'm an orb. Yes, you are a glowing ball. You're global. Yes, you are a soul. A soul is an orb. A soul is an orb. Facts. Somebody said, bro, schizophrenic. I am definitely schizophrenic. Schizophrenia is what happens when you let go of your carnal mind and you become your spiritual mind, your spiritual awareness, all right? You have either fight or flight. If you have flight, then you have plain sight. If you have plain sight, that means you have to be in a plane. A plane means that you have an overview, okay? It's hidden in plain sight, which means they can't see the forest for the trees. You have to rise above the trees so you can see. You have to go on top of the mountain. We are on the mountaintop, all right? The body is the mountain, all right? The mountaintop is where the brain is, or the heaved up, the heavens inside of the flesh bag that God created to have an experience of his creations, all right? So you have to climb up your own mountain by climbing Jacob's ladder, which is your spine. The 33 steps, or the 33 degrees, or the 33 vertebrae of the spine is Jack's beanstalk. Once you take your consciousness out of your ass, get your head out your ass, and elevate your thinking, your consciousness comes from your rectum, erects itself a resurrection through coaching, going in the right direction, and it goes straight up to heaven, okay? That is what it is. You get out your rectum, which is your ass, get your head out your ass, elevate your consciousness, your awareness, by becoming aware of the lands on the other side of Antarctica, okay? They don't let you go on the other side of Antarctica. You don't go on the other side of Antarctica because Antarctica is a cold heart. A cold heart is a heart full of blockages. It's an ice block. You too cold-hearted. You a reptilian cortex dominated humanoid. All right, you are a reptilian shape-shifting human body. That's it. Your consciousness, your soul is trapped underneath a cold heart, a broken heart, a hurt heart, cardiac arrest, cardiovascular. Your ass gonna die from a heart attack, all right? Because you don't know how to purify your bloodstream, your red blood, because you don't test the fire. You don't want to test the fire because you're afraid of the fire, but the fire does not burn you. The fire burns away the blockages. It burns away the ice around your heart so that the ice wall melt, and now you have access to Antarctica. Shout out to the 2024 court decision, the Chevron Supreme Court decision in 2024. All right. No, y'all don't know about that because y'all just little lost souls trying to troll in anybody comment section that you can find on YouTube Live when you are bored and you alone, involuntarily celibate, because don't nobody fuck with you in your real life. So you over here trying to make somebody fuck with you by trying to get their attention by being annoying. You trying to use your annoyance to get me to interact with you because you don't have any personal interaction in your real life. All right. Somebody said, bro, it's all over the place. That's facts. I'm omnipotent and omnipresent because God is everywhere all the time. Al, when you said all, is Aladdin or Allah or alien, okay? So we're talking about alien. The A-L and the E-L actually is interchangeable and means God in Hebrew regardless. So we are all aliens. The human body is alien technology being used by an alien being, which is the thinking being, because consciousness is alien to Earth. Consciousness is not from Earth. You're not from Earth. You came here. You came into the human body. You're a visitor, which makes you an alien. And you also are going to leave. That's why we have the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth, because you were not meant to be stuck on Earth. You were meant to use Earth to learn how to create your own heaven. And then you're supposed to get stuck in your own heaven in accordance with the law of momentum. Okay? The law of momentum is a law, God's law. It's a universal law. And either you can use momentum to create bad habits, or you can use momentum to create good habits. Okay? Shout out to Mr. Lopez. I appreciate that in-chat donation. My boy said fission splits the atomic nucleus, aka Adam and Eve. That's facts. That fission that splits the atomic nucleus is schizophrenia because we're splitting the atomic mind. We're splitting the atom mind so that the atom mind is separated from the God mind, and then we are using the power of free will to choose the God mind. So you have to survive the schizophrenic meltdown or apocalypse, the schizophrenic apocalypse of the false mind. Eve is the false mind of the false bottom, of the false body. All right. Adam is the false body. Eve is the false mind inside of the false body. And you have to split away from the false mind and the false body to return back to our Father in heaven as the prodigals of the prodigal son. All right. If anybody realizes who the prodigal son is, it is the son that left to go on the journey of exploration in the land of make-believe and then got lost in the land of make-believe because he got emotionally attached to the lies. The lies, the make-believe, the tree of good and evil, the fall of man, or the fall of God's spirit into manifestation. All right. God's spirit is what creates the manifestations and then explores the manifestation, its own creation. And it has to be redeemed. It has to be salvaged so that it can return back to original source, so that it can be renewed as the breath that you continue to breathe as the spirit goes inhale or into man, into you, into manifestation. The spirit goes into manifestation and the spirit has to be renewed. So you have to let the spirit go. You have to exhale. But so many people are waiting to exhale because of childhood traumas that they have subconscious tension, and that tension is pretension. The hypertension becomes the heart attack because they're not breathing, which makes the heart stop. It's a cardiac arrest because they're holding a breath. They're not exhaling. You have to exhale so that you can engage the full spirit, the whole spirit, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit. You have to learn how to breathe. You have to exercise your breathing techniques and your breathing even when you are engaging in these experiences or these experiments, because all of your experiences are happening in your mind and they should not stop you from inhaling and exhaling. When inhale, do not stop. You must exhale. You see what I'm saying? Inhale, exhale, the Spirit of God comes within man so that man can give God experience, because God is uncreated. God cannot be created. God can only experience creation. And he does so through the inhale, exhale cycle of practicing creating your own version of heaven. You see what I'm saying? When you're trying to create your own version of heaven, you go through what feels like hell because you have to go through the things you don't like to figure out for yourself what you do like. So God goes through hell, inhale, to figure out what he does and does not like. And then he exhales. You see what I'm saying? Gets out of hell so he can experience the things that he does like. All right. So yeah, somebody said talk in circles because we are stuck in eternity, and circle, it does not have an exit. You cannot get out the circle. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new to say. We talking in circles because you have to inhale and exhale all day, every day. Okay. So it's just the way that these things actually play out in your own lived experience. Okay. You inhale, which gives you the power of the light. Inhaling helps you see clear. That's why you breathe, so you can think. The better you can breathe, the better you can think, because that oxygen is purifying that fire and giving that fire new ventilation. That's why you must prevent the preventable illnesses, okay? You must prevent by venting, by exhaling, by letting it out, by letting it go. But the children, they don't know how to exhale. They don't know how to vent, because every time they tried to express themselves, they became abused and traumatized. So they stopped venting. Because they stopped venting, they became susceptible to preventable illnesses, because these are the illnesses they stopped preventing in their childhood, and they became late stage diseases until the point they became terminal. All right. The only way for you to reverse these preventable illnesses is for you to once again become engaged in proper breathing, so that you could let go of all of the cancer cells, or the cells that did not get renewed or revitalized because you didn't breathe deep enough, because you don't vent, because you hold your breath, and now you fat and you can't breathe. Okay. You fat and you finna die from preventable illnesses because you don't work out, you don't practice, you don't move your body. All right. It just is what it is. Somebody says, bro, sweating bullets from talking. That's right. I'm purifying myself right now. Talking is breathing. I cannot breathe without talking. The fact that I'm breathing is proof that I'm talking, because I'm using God's breath to use God's words. All right. The reason why I am sweating is because my body is detoxing in your face. It is regenerating cancer cells into stem cells. Somebody said, bro, why are you so angry? Because I am the mad scientist that is Jacob, who wrestles God and becomes real light, the Israelite. I become Israel through my anger, because I am the alchemist transmuting anger into passion. It's the same level of energy. You call it anger, but when you use it right, it's righteous anger. It becomes desire. It becomes motivation. It becomes inspiration. It becomes passion. The same energy level that you refer to as mad makes people get up and do something to create a change. So sometimes you won't have that motivation to create the change you need in your life because you're not angry enough. You are complacent. All right. You are just, you gave up. You just let it happen. You just live defeated. All right. I am a warrior. What you call anger is a warrior spirit. I am a gladiator. God sent me to do war. I didn't come back to get fat. I came back to be able to breathe. These are breathing apparatus. This is a breathing mechanism. This is how you make your lungs move. Lungs cannot move themselves. Lungs do not breathe. Lungs need to use the core muscles. Core muscles, your diaphragm, which is a skeletal muscle, your intercostal muscles, your transverse abdominis. This is what you use to move your lungs so that you can inhale and exhale fresh spirit, fresh consciousness, fresh air, fresh oxygen. All right? If y'all don't understand how to create your breathing apparatus so that you can breathe in very well, so that you can think very well, that's the reason why you don't understand this level of thinking, okay? You can't think on the level that I think on because you fat. I'm not. I'm able to move my lungs. You can't. You can't move your lungs, so you die from cardiac arrest because your cardiovascular system was under attack from your stupidity. You died in inflammation because you didn't allow the fire to purify, so you died in inflammation. You have the inflame. You have the inflammation. We are fire-breathing dragons. We let the fire out by venting the truth, and the truth is fire to you. You don't like the truth. That's why you want me to slow down, because you can't keep up with my speed. You want me to stop telling the truth because you know that everybody gonna be able to see everything you try to hide. All of the decisions that you've made that you don't want to be accountable for. You don't want to be responsible for the way you've been using your free will, so you want to hide in the dark. I am the light. Everybody that tells the truth, you want to fight. You want to crucify me because I'm Christ. Yeah, that's right. I'm the one, and I'm going to continue to be the one. You mad because you don't choose to be the one. That's why you don't get the results, because you don't put that work in. Faith requires work. I can help you restore your faith, but you still gonna have to put in that work. Faith plus works is everlasting life. Faith without works is dead. Somebody said, you ain't Christ. I am the Son of God. God is my Father. A father has children. I don't know what y'all got going on. All right, we can jump into the comment section now. What's up? How y'all gonna call me a false prophet when the truth is true by itself? A truth teller cannot make the truth a lie. The truth is true forever. If you had discernment, nobody could tell you a lie. Your discernment works because the truth is eternal. Discernment only works because truth cannot be false. There's no such thing as a false prophet. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Somebody said, you cannot restore faith. Heathen, go to church. Fuck you, fuck your church. I will never go to the church made by man when I know that my body is the church made by God. I can restore faith because I motivate others. Motivation is faith. The motivation that you can make the change you need to make in your life. Faith that you can make the change that you need to make in your life. Faith that it's possible because if I'm doing it, you can do it. That's just on you. If you can't have your faith restored, it's because you are an antichrist, degenerate heathen that don't believe in God even though you breathing and you breathe when you sleep. That's a good enough reason. I swear to God. So I am the Son of God regardless. God is my Father. Ain't nobody misreading Galatians. Galatians said that God cannot be mocked, for every man shall reap what he sow. Somebody said you can't motivate nobody. If I can't motivate you, then that means that you just gonna stay fat, dumb, and a victim. You're gonna die from preventable illnesses because you're not gonna be motivated to make the difference in your life. That's on you. The people that I motivate, they get motivated and they make the differences and they create the results. And so I live with those people. I ignore you. You ain't worth my attention span. You gonna die. You temporary anyway. You a temporary human getting closer and closer to your death. I ain't gotta worry about you. You ain't gonna be here for long. I'm gonna be here when you gone. Now facts. I'm gonna outlive you and everybody in your family off the ripper. All right. So you continue to be a degenerate and I'll continue enjoying heaven long when you're gone. All right. You trying to troll me because you living in pain. Hurt people, or at least they try. And that means that you hurt because you trying to hurt me because you living in pain and you want me to feel the pain that you feel. And so you trying to hurt my feelings. My feelings don't get hurt by you. You can't throw rocks up into heaven. Your rocks don't reach. Your rocks just fall back and smack you in the face. So I'm going to continue to walk with God, the full armor of God. That's facts. Only God can judge. And so you trying to call me a false prophet means that your judgment don't matter. Facts. So I work for God. I was sent by God. I'm only here because of God. I'm only alive because of God. I'm only talking because of God. Everything that I got is all glory be to God. God get all the credit for it. So I don't know what you talking about, but God is my Father. I am his son. I am the Son of God. Everybody that is the Son of God, we are the sons of God. God is my Father. That's just what it is because I am. I don't know what you're talking about. You want to say that God is my Father, but then you get thrown off when I say that I'm his son. How you going to deny the Son and think that you're not denying the Father? If you deny the Son of God, you denying God, you're an idiot because God is the breath that we breathe and you breathe when you sleep and you know that ain't your fault. It ain't your fault that you keep on breathing even when you're not thinking about it. Somebody get credit for that and you don't. You don't get credit for that. Credit go to God, so we know that God is real, and we know that God is within us. And if God is within me, who can be against me? He who is within me is stronger than he who is within the world. And you are in the world trying to use your worldly considerations. But I'm Romans 12:2. I don't have no worldly considerations. You judge by human standards, and humans are temporary life forms. Why would I care about a temporary opinion? You a temporary being with a temporary opinion. How dare I care about that? God gave you everlasting life and you don't even have a life that lasts forever. You're an idiot. How are you not able to keep the everlasting life that gave you? 1 John 2:25. 1 John 2:25 say, why are you judging people? Because God gave his son the authority to judge. I'm the Son of God. God gave his son the authority to judge. Because I'm the Son of God. God gave his son the authority to judge. I'm not an idiot. I'm not dumb like you. I don't judge by human standards. And I'm not judging you because I don't know you. I'll never know you. Matthew 7:21. How could I judge you? You see me. I don't see you. You care about what you see. If I tried to care about what I see, I don't see you. My physical eyes can't see you. Your physical eyes see me. You care about what your physical eyes see. I'm not in your position. I'm not in your perspective. I don't know what you look like. You know what I look like. I don't know what you sound like. You know what I sound like. I'm in your mind. You're not in my mind because I don't know you. I don't see you. I have free space in your mind. I never knew that you ever even watched me. If I met you in physical life right now, I wouldn't know that you had any type of mental experience with me. You're going to remember the way I made you feel, and I'm not going to know that I ever made you feel that way. You're going to remember something I said, and I'm not going to know that you ever heard me say that thing. But you're taking it personal, and I don't know you personally. You're just a screen name that's running through all of the comments. I don't even know how to keep up with your screen name. Yet here you are, calling me a puppet, calling me a creation, and yet still taking me personally. If I'm a puppet, family, then that means that I'm not real. If I'm not real, then who are you talking to? If I am a creation and I have no ability to create, not even a conversation, then why are you trying to talk to me? What's wrong with you? Somebody said, you're sad, my guy. How am I sad when I don't even exist? You just said I am a lie. You just said I'm not even real. You just said that I'm sick. If I'm all these negative things, then why are you talking to me? Why are you hanging out with me? Why are you giving me your attention? You're paying me your attention. Why are you paying me your attention? If you have decided that I'm not worth your attention, you're self-abusive. You're abusing yourself. You won't even pay attention to the things you appreciate. You so busy paying tributes to things that you hate. You don't realize that you're supposed to be creating your own version of heaven. You stuck in your own version of hell, surrounded by all of the things that you don't appreciate because that's all you're familiar with, because you're familiar with trauma. You're familiar with drama. You're familiar with being toxic. Because otherwise, why are you in my life trying to get my attention with negative comments and negative commentary? And then you get upset because I'm not paying you attention, and then you try to say something even more negative because you think the more hurtful you can be, the more chances you have of getting my attention, because you really just want to spend time with me and you want me to respond to you. You want me to read your comment so that you can feel good, so that you can be excited and say, he read my comment. He read my comment. You're responding to me. You're responding to me because you want my love, but all you have is self-hate. And so we don't have an equivalent exchange. You're not a good alchemist. You don't respect the law of equivalent exchange. You want to exchange my love for your hate. You like what they call the white man, which is not a skin color or a human being. What we mean is you want to come in with your lack and leave with our surplus. You're an energy vampire, my boy. You want to come in and troll me so that you can exchange your low energy for my high energy. You're an energy vampire. You're a parasite of parasites because you think that your eyes can show you the truth when your eyes can only see the optical illusion of the physical world that's made out of subatomic particles, which is light, pixels, Pixar, pixie dust. You lost in fairyland and fairy tales off that pixie dust, that light dust, those star dust, that star seed, that star stuff. The star is a source of light. The light is a wave, a constant. The observer with the observer effect. Notice quantum physics, quantum mechanics. The observer effect turns light waves into light particles, which becomes the pixels you use to see in the dark. Of Kemet, the chemistry, chemicals, biochemicals, because we're alchemists. In Kemet, that's Egypt, the human body, the atom. That's what we saying. The son of man, that's Eve. Eve is the mind of Adam. It is what it is. What up, though? Somebody said, you see it in schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is the splitting of the mind. You split the mind because you have a higher mind and a lower mind. That's a split. You split the atom and it creates a nuclear holocaust. It creates a nuclear vision so that you can see with mental clarity by using the mind of God once you split it from the mind of man. Schizophrenia is a spiritual journey. Schizophrenia is what happens when you separate yourself from your human mind and become your God mind. That's Philippians chapter 2, verse 6. Philippians chapter 2, verse 6. Schizophrenia is a splitting of the mind, a splitting of the higher mind from the lower mind. We are set apart. God came to set us apart, to separate the wheats from the tares. Somebody said, go back to the plantation. The plantation is the Garden of Eden. I have returned to the Garden of Eden as a gardener, reaping what I sow. I reap what I sow. The plantation is God's. God is the master. Somebody said, are you a slave? I am a master. I am a slave master. My human body is the slave. My human body is my human labor. My human body is my human labor, my human slave. My mind is the mind of God, is the master of the human body, because my thoughts become my actions. My actions become my behaviors. My behaviors become my reactions, which is my reality. I create my own reality by choosing the thoughts that I dwell on long enough for them to become manifestations. Let us create manifestations in our own imagination. Let us create manifestations in our own imaginations. Genesis 1:26. So we use the power of our mind to create our experiences through our consequences, because the sequence is the order that we put the law in, and then the law fulfills our order. We have free will over the law. We put the law in order. That's where you get law and order. Without you learning how to put the law in order, you experience chaos. You experience immaturity as a minor, as a minority. When you become experienced, you become mature, you become a majority, because you learn from your own empirical evidence. That's how you built your empire. You are the emperor, all right? You are the emperor because you are aware, because you learned from your own experiments, your own experience. Your experiments makes you the mad scientist. You are Yakub. You become Jacob. Yakub means Jacob. Jacob wrestles with God, and God submits, and he becomes submitted to God. Somebody said, what's a minority? A minority is a minor. A minor is a beneficiary of a trust account that does not know how to benefit from his trust account. God, your father, created you a trust account, made you the beneficiary, but you don't know who you are, so you don't know how to activate your trust account. You don't know how to operate within trust laws or equity. So you lose your equity because you don't know how to exercise your rights in law. You have to be a law-abiding citizen. So you have to amend your mint, use your amendments, exercise your rights so that you're not wrong. Learn how to exercise your rights so you're not wrong. Somebody said, now we know what a minor is. Hell of a meaning. That's facts. You are a minor. You are a minor until you become experienced enough to be a major. So even though you are a beneficiary, until you learn how to create your own version of heaven, you experience your own version of hell. Somebody said, this guy thinks he's a prophet. You ever wonder why everyone ignores you in real life? No one ignores me in real life. If ever you was in my presence, you wouldn't ignore me in real life. And even if anybody ignored me in real life, I prefer the private life because I'm married. I'd rather it be just me and my wife. See, you don't have a wife. You don't have a life partner. You are concerned with people ignoring you. I'm not. I got somebody that pays me attention for a lifetime, my boy. I'm to the good. You are involuntarily celibate. You don't have anybody that'll sacrifice their life and live it with you. I have someone who sacrificed their life to live with me. We are not the same. You're an idiot. He definitely is projecting. Brian Miller said, let's talk about fatherless homes. The fatherless homes mean homes that don't have God the Father within them. The home of God is the human body. If these bodies, these lost souls, don't have God in their consciousness, they are fatherless children. They become roaming. They roam the earth looking for the love of their father without realizing it. They're looking for themselves. They're looking for something they will never find in the world. So they're lost in the world until they get tired of looking for it in the world and they find it within themselves. Lost souls or Roman souls or juvenile delinquents. These are the people in our communities that act lost because their mama was a baby mama who thought that her vagina could create a long-term healthy relationship, but she just ended up becoming Cassie with a mouthful of pee. And that's why you are a peon. Because your mama got peed on. That's why you dumb. Because your mama was a street walking horse. And you can't make a horse drink the holy water. But your mama got horse hair in her head. Facts. Facts. Baby gonna drink some water. She good. She good. She not horse. All right. This one can drink the water. She's a married one. Great. Can the rest of you horse drink water? Facts. All right. Find your father. Your father is within you. All right. We brothers from a different mother, but from the same father, though. All right. Facts. Somebody said cursing around. Nigga, fuck about cursing, bitch. I'm the son of God. I'm in heaven regardless. That's over with. Heaven is mine, nigga. That shit is a birthright, nigga. I can act a complete ass and still be in heaven. Are you dumb? Nigga, sin was over with before the beginning began, my boy. God gave me grace. God know my heart. God sent me to be a warrior, nigga, not a fucking yellow belly pansy, nigga. Fuck you thought I was gonna let you lost souls come through and bully me, nigga? Fuck no, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna bully me. You can't guilt trip me. You can't say, fuck, is this nigga a fucking alarm or some shit? Somebody said, you're the fake Yakub. Nigga, ain't shit fake about wrestling with God, bitch. That's over with. You wrestle with God if you want to. You gonna submit. And that's how we do that. We do it through first-person shooter experience, nigga. I blasphemy. That's over with. Somebody say, why you cursing me? Because God gave me the authority to cuss you dumb bitch-ass niggas the fuck out. Y'all niggas are trash-ass degenerate, born from STD, having vaginas, nigga. We don't give a fuck about none of you lost souls. You only lost because you don't know your father because your mother was a streetwalker. That's a fact. If your mother would have let you have your father, you have more principles and morals about yourself. You wouldn't be up in here getting yourself stepped on by a real big GhOD. Y'all niggas dumb, and you need to go blame your horse mother, okay? Because your father led their horse to water, but she wouldn't drink. And now she ain't got no holy water. She was hopping on one penis to the next because she was a motherfucking pass around out there in the streets thinking that that penis was going to do something other than pee. But she turned into Cassie, nigga. Fuck wrong with you. Yeah, Cassie is your motherfucking mama, nigga. Yeah, now you want to try to act like you going to save a hoe. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her, nigga. You can't save no hoes, nigga. Didn't your father teach you that? Your daddy didn't show you? He tried to save your motherfucking mama. You don't see what he go through? Don't do it. Don't do the same thing your daddy did. God damn, my nigga. That's why you a troll. This nigga trolling. Why you in my comment section? Come on. Hold on. Let me get me some cold water. Oh, yeah, you got God damn. Thank you, my baby. Let me start back at the top. Where were we? Oh, okay. Horse says mothers of lost souls. Okay. Yeah, these lost souls trying to troll in my comment section are disgruntled because hurt people hurt people. They experience childhood trauma because they mama sacrificed their father in pursuit of a fantasy that would never come true. She thought that her fantasy wasn't coming true because of the father of her children without realizing that she was going to have to grow up, but she needed to grow up with the father of her children, and instead she grew apart. He said, when you're leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, don't look back. Your father's wife looked back and became a salt pillar, and that's why you are insulting, because you are insulty, because you are a salt pillar, my boy. All right? You was born from a mother who didn't want you to know your father. You came from a fatherless household, a broken home, and that's why you are roam. You are roaming because you are lost, because you don't know where you come from, because you don't know you come from your father, because your mama kept you around all these different stepdaddies. Now you got relationships with all these different stepdaddies because even though they not your daddy, they played a role in your life, okay? And that's sad because now you don't come in your own father's name. You come with respect of all these different pass-around stepdaddies that your mama introduced you to, that you had some weird-ass bonds with because she wouldn't let you bond with your real father, and I come in my father's name. You trying to come in your stepdaddy name. I come in the name of God. I am God. I am God's children. I am God's child. I'm the son of God. You can't say you the son of God because you don't know your father, because your mother was a horse that wouldn't drink the holy water. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. Okay? They just put horsehair in and they just throw their vagina in a circle. Throw that ass in a circle. Throw that ass in a circle. Pass arounds. It ain't my fault that you a troll. I didn't come trying to find you and troll you. You tried to find me and come troll me. And then I just had to tell you the truth about fatherless households. Boom. Throw that ass in the circle. Y'all back up again? I had to drink some holy water for the horse because they won't drink the water. Somebody got to do it. But, yeah, shout out to all the real ones that can withstand this pressure. They can get these messages. Y'all subscribe, join a community of like minds that don't mind letting that light shine for a lifetime. You feel me? I appreciate you. Real eyes recognize real lies. That's an absolute fact. I appreciate y'all. All right, that's love, okay? All right. Fatherless households, my boy. All right. Awaken the God within. Somebody said, who is Jesus? You are Jesus. You are the child of God. Now you have to live like the son of God because, I mean, you the son of God. You might as well act like it. Act like Jesus Christ. What would Jesus do? Jesus you. He's us, because wasn't no J. That's an H sound. It's Hispanic. It's Jesus. But Jesus is he's us. H-E-S-U-S. H-E-apostrophe-S. He's us. H-E-S-U-S. J-U is, all right, you know what it is. Anyways. Awaken the God within. God is within you. The book link is in the description. The book is available on Amazon. Click that link and get you one. Awaken the God within you, because God is within you and you are asleep on that when you shouldn't be. Okay? You are God's power wrapped in flesh. You are God's cosmic presence. God's presence. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. You are the gift of God. You are God's presence wrapped in flesh. Okay? God is present within you. All right? It's called Luke 17:21, Colossians 1:27, John 17:21. Facts. Facts. It's a lot of Pharisees in the chat because they lost souls. They don't know which way to go. You feel me? But I gave them a chance to come in and get some of that drip. I was on fire. The fire is creating this nuclear reaction. That's why I have this condensation that you refer to as sweat, trying to cool me down, because my inner fire, it run my temperature up, because, you know, I'm on fire as a Super Saiyan. You feel me? So, excuse me. Yo, brother, did you watch the series? I don't watch stuff, so nah, I don't know nothing. If it's on TV, I ain't see it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't got TV, and I don't sit down. That's over with. If I sit down to try to watch TV, I'm going to go to sleep, my boy. That's a fact. That's over with. All right. I don't know. They only bullying me because they know I'm the light of God, and God's light be attracting flies and parasites, maggots and shit like that. So they bullying me because I'm confident. They can feel my confidence, but they can't match it. They not this confident. They not this brave. I'm brave enough to say I am God. I am the Son of God, which I am, which we all are. But I'm brave enough to actually say it. All right. We are all the sons of God. We are all God's children, but they're not brave enough to say I am Jesus Christ. I am. And because they not as brave as I am, they don't want me to be this brave. So they try to take away my bravery by throwing their little stones at me, their little opinions, their little points of view. But they stones don't break my bones. All right, that shit lame is trash, and I'm above them. I'm above human comprehension. I don't know nothing about nothing that you know about on TV or media or none of that. If you ask me about current events, I am oblivious, my boy. All right? I am a hermit. That's why I'm able to tell y'all about the hermetic laws. I'm only able to tell you about the hermetic laws because I'm a hermit. I'm married. I live under a rock with my wife. And I live a great life, not worried about shit that's going on. God is real. That's over with. Facts. What up, though, BG Gaming? What up, though, Joy? You know that. TV, television, tell lies to your vision. That's an absolute fact. Somebody says, then why you call someone else mom a hoe? Because you call a chicken. You call a bird a bird. What you want me to call her? She was a goddamn street-walking, degenerate, vagina, STD leaking pass around that didn't let the father of her children raise the children. What you want me to call her? I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to call it like it is. I ain't going to lie to you because I don't care about you anyway. I don't care. I don't care about nothing. I'm going to tell the truth. It's completely authentic. Somebody said, so she's a child of God? She's not a child of God? Yeah, she a child of God. That ain't saving you, dummy. You think just because you're a child of God that you ain't gonna get hit by a car if you play on the freeway? Well, go play on the freeway and let me know how that shit work. Fuck wrong with these niggas. You think because she a child of God that she don't get to get the consequences that come with her free will? Bitch, you got free will. Free will come with consequences. You being a child of God ain't changing that. That's the reason why it worked. Somebody said, why curse her? She cursed herself, nigga. She created her consequences, not me. You think I'm cursing her because I'm being honest about her consequences? You a bitch, just like her. Your ass is stuck in your emotions. You are emotionally responsive to me calling it like it is. Somebody said, but it's saving you. Ain't nothing saving you but you. You better look both ways before you cross the street, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Somebody says, you drowning her isn't helping her at all. Nigga, ain't shit that I'm doing helping her at all. There's nothing I can do to save her. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. He said, you don't know these people. Then why the fuck is you worried about it then? If you know I don't know them, what the fuck is you wasting your attention span on? Y'all niggas is a dry waste of your own free will. You could be creating your own version of heaven, but you over here worried about a fictitious... What you call that shit when you just thinking out loud? When you thinking out loud? Hypothesis and shit, like a hypothetical situation. This nigga over here wasting his attention span on a fictitious hypothetical situation, talking about you don't know them. Bitch, you don't know them either. Why are you trying to defend her when there is no her that even exists in the first place? I appreciate that, Fatima. That's love. If you don't have discernment, that's why you are gullible. That's why you are concerned and are in fear of somebody lying to you because you don't have God within your conscious mind. Discernment, intuition, common sense. You need those things. Yeah, just use your discernment and you won't have to worry about a false prophet. Use your discernment. You won't have to worry about somebody lying to you. Facts. Pop goes the weasel. Somebody said, you don't either. Stop trying to go tit for tat for me. This is not no argument. Stop trying to argue with me. That is a toxic communication. This is not a toxic relationship. Why is the only way you know how to engage in a conversation is by saying the negative? This nigga dumb. I'm like, I'm God. No, you not. I'm like, I'm happy. You not happy? I'm like, I am happy. I'm happier than you. Like, fuck are you doing? Nobody, why are you doing that? That shit is weird. That's why you got your ass kicked out of heaven. You not in heaven now. You don't even get to communicate in here anymore. You was in heaven with us right now. You was supposed to learn how to stay in heaven. Now you done got your ass kicked out of 4D back into the 3D before you can even get into 5D. You're an idiot. Your ass got to get the rapture. Sent his ass back down to earth so he could get the rapture when he could have got the revelation. Fuck is you fighting the revelation for? Now you got to go learn the hard way. Dark night of the soul. Now the nigga got to go get his heart broke and get his back stabbed and cry out to motherfucking God when we already told the nigga. And then finna go learn the hard way. Dumbass nigga. Facts. Then when you send them back to the third, they send they sell back to the second. They start watching fucking TV. TV is the 2D. Yo, human life is the 3D. You finding your spiritual life is the 4D. You actually operating in the spirit is the 5D. Somebody said, stop saying the N word. I didn't say no. I didn't say Neanderthal. The Neanderthals don't want me to use the N word. Nigga, I can say what I want to say. Fuck wrong with these niggas. I can say Neanderthal if I want to, nigga. The fuck? How a Neanderthal gonna tell me don't say the N word? Shut your ass up. Weird ass, goofy ass troll. Stay your ass at the bottom of the bridge. Fuck wrong with these niggas. These niggas tripping. Facts. Somebody said it's racist. The only thing that is racist is your perspective of reality. Because what the fuck are you racing against? What are you racing? Fuck y'all niggas got going on. These niggas think they in a race. Ain't going no goddamn where. Fuck wrong with you niggas? Fuck y'all niggas racing. How do you know if you win the race? Humans are dumb. That's why we do not even talk to humans. We only talk to God. If you not God, we not talking to you. So stop trying to talk to us. Somebody said, so what does the N word mean? The N word means king. It means serpent. It means semen, sperm. It means you are sent here on the back of a reptilian shape-shifting sperm that is your brain and your spinal column, the naga, the nigga, the brain, the spinal column, the central nervous system, the king of Ethiopia, the king of the human body, the king of the human life, the king of the human reality, the king of the human blood sacrifice. Okay? The nigga is the human body. All right? The human body is alien technology. Somebody said the racists and the Anunnaki come back. We are already back. That's how we here having this conversation. That's facts. But that's what niggas mean, though. Cosmic serpent, the kundalini. That's facts, though. That's why nigga is a real word, and it ain't the word that y'all tried to make us afraid to use. It's not the word that you tried to make us think is a bad word or a racist word. We are the Anunnaki. All right, my nigga? Facts, Osiris Raw. Man, hell yeah, it's really like that, Zyro. You know what it is. Somebody said, so we all niggas? My nigga. Yeah, we are all brain, spinal column using as spiritual beings. All right? Facts. We are all using the brain and the spinal column to experience a temporary reality. All right? Facts. My boy said, niggas, N-E-G-U-S, my niggas. N-E-G-U-S. N-E-G-U-S. My boy Garfield said, even gingers can be niggas. Welcome to 2025, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Gingers is niggas anyway. Everybody niggas. Everything a nigga to me. Nigga is a word that's indiscriminate. It means cats, dogs, cars, tables, doors, people, shit that ain't people, all kind of shit. Just nigga shit. Somebody said, how you spell it? Google N-E-G-U-S. 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 Ethiopian king, my boy. The king of the Ethiopian Bible. You hear me? Go get that Ethiopian Bible, man. Don't be skipping Enoch, all right, y'all? Don't be skipping Enoch just because Enoch skipped death. You can learn how to skip death too, like Enoch and Elijah. Yup, anything with a spine and a pineal gland. That's facts. The thing is that you have to overcome the nigga, though. All right, you got to overcome the brain and the spinal column. You have to overcome the carnal mind. All right, the brain and the spinal column is the serpent. You got to step on the serpent and keep the serpent under your heel. All right, so you can't be rocking around being the goddamn serpent. That's why you can't have no Antarctica. You can't have no ice wall. You can't have no ice box where your heart used to be. You got to thaw out the ice wall so that you can access the other continents on the other side of Antarctica, all right? So in order for you to get to the lands in heaven, you have to go through your heart. And how you gonna go through your heart if you have a cold heart? Because you're a reptilian, you cold-blooded reptilian shape-shifting humanoid stuck in your reptilian cortex without the access to your neocortex because you can't go through your mammalian. You can't go through your limbic because your ice, your heart hurt, your heart broke. You got a evil heart. All right, that's why we got to test your heart. It's the Salem witch trials, all right? These are the Salem witch trials because a nigga got to test your heart by checking what comes out of your mouth. And it better not be urine. No Cassie. All I'm saying is the spells that you cast are the words that expose your heart that determines your Jerusalem, your Jerusalem, okay? So these are the Salem witch trials because this is a heart test, this is a heart check. You're gonna have to knuckle up, squabble up, whoop, back, bing, back, boom. Peekaboo, 50 pointers in my chain. Nah, for real though, all right? So the Salem witch trials is a heart check because the words that come out your mouth expose your heart, and you have to have a pure heart, not an ice heart. All right? You got to be a red blood, not a blue blood. You got to be oxygenated, not deoxygenated. All right? So if you want to be a Democrat, well, let me not go into that. You demon heathens. You blue-blooded demon heathens. They call them semen demons. You baby mama Democrats, let me stop. Welfare recipient ass, goddamn child support, alimony, suing ass. Anyways, yeah, but fatherless household, broken home, creating ass. Anyways, yeah. So y'all double tap that screen, you feel me? Put some love on that live. Tone Steezy, you heard that? I'm trying not to say, I try to say that off camera. Oh, goddamn semen demons. But, you know, they be creating these fatherless households and shit, you feel me? So I said, let us speak on living trust. Well, you are alive, therefore you are living, and God did trust you with free will and did expect that you would learn how to use it righteously for yourself, okay? Tom Steezy said you exposing them all. I swear to God, these goddamn degenerate heathens, they are the reason we thought that Eve was a woman, because Eve is the carnal mind that allows you to become seduced by the goddamn serpent that is the brain, spinal column, carnal mind, temporary sensations, seeking pleasure, vagina leaking, STD yeasting for no reason. Just didn't let the father raise the children, but kept on having sex with other niggas. How you have sex with everybody except the father of your goddamn children is beyond me. That's amazing. How you try to get everybody else to be the father of your children except the father of your children? Yeah, it's beyond me. Man, shout out to God. Glad that, I swear to God, you feel me? That is wild, but ain't that a part of the statistics, though? God damn. Shout out to them statistics. Sheesh. And then, you know what's more wild? They become cougars that prey on fatherless young boys. God damn. They ain't even raised their own children. Now they trying to have sex with a child that nobody raised. You can't make this shit up. They create the children that, bro, cougars. Cause they get old. They sloppy. Don't nobody want that vagina no more. Niggas is trying to get the brand new little baby girls that don't got no father. And then the women trying to get the brand new baby boys that don't got no father. Cause they ass gotta trick the new niggas, cause the new niggas don't know no better. And as soon as the little baby boy in her relationship turn into a man, she hate his ass too. And then she on to the next. Predator. Facts, they predators. They reptilians, man. I'm telling you. They are reptilian shape-shifting lizards, nigga. Here, lizard, 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 lizard. Here, lizard, God damn. I'm talking about. And you can't tell them shit, just protect your children. Give your children our Father in heaven. Because these lost souls grow up and they finesse the young lost souls. They old lost souls finessing young lost souls. That's facts. It's a vicious cycle, dog. And then, nah, sex ain't worth it. Don't be out here having sex with these easy to have sex with fatherless daughters out here, these fatherless females. God said, do not go down there and make babies with the daughters of man because they temporary. And they need to be your soulmate. They need to last for the rest of your life. That's facts. They need to realize that they have to honor the agreement they created with you when that child became the proof. Then they just traumatize the children, abuse the children, ignore the children, neglect the children, teach the children to lie because they don't want to know the truth. The children want to ask their mama why, and the mama look at them with that eye. That's that evil eye. And then the children learn how to shut up and lie. And then they become adults that only know how to troll people in their comment section because they never learn how to have a healthy interaction or healthy communication because that involves telling the truth, and their mama didn't want none of that. Oh. All right. All right, go do this. Facts. You gotta overcome the victim mentality. That's facts. You are weak, but you weak so that God can be your strength. You empty your cup so that God can fill it up. All right? That's just what it is. You gotta give your life to God. You gotta walk with God. Facts. But God is with you. You just have to walk with God consciously by admitting that God is with you. Facts. The truth will definitely set you free. You only lost in confusion because you've been trying to believe in lies. You've been trying to believe in the illusion. Now you lost in confusion. That's why you need the light so you can see right. You got to be the Christ. You are the light. Ain't nobody coming to save you. You got to save yourself from your own worst enemy, you. Facts. Glory be to God, the Redeemer. Facts. You definitely have to accept forgiveness to be forgiven. Not accepting forgiveness is the unforgivable sin, because how can you forgive a sin they don't accept forgiveness for? That's my baby mama still running in shame. I forgive her. She don't forgive herself. She don't accept my forgiveness. So she's still a sinner, running from forgiveness. As soon as you accept forgiveness, you are forgiven. You are no longer a sinner. You can just live as a saint, as God's child, the way you was meant to live in the first place. But you don't allow yourself. Somebody says, so you saying like, fuck the money, you should get paid for fighting, my nigga, to feed your family? I don't know if I read that wrong, because you ain't have no like punctuation, or because you just being incoherent. You gonna have to rephrase that. What are you saying, Brad Parker? I don't know. I don't know what Brad is saying. He said sorry about that. Yeah, cause I don't know. I don't know what you talking about. But God is real. God is the source of all wealth and all health. So yeah, first of all, fuck the money, because money is currency, and you get your currency from God, your electricity. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. That was random. That shit crazy. My boy said, do you get paid to fight, my nigga? Nope. I don't. No. You have, nope. I don't get paid to fight, my boy. My opponents don't get paid to fight either. Somebody said it's just your hobby. It's my salvation. It's my redemption. It's my spiritual path. It's my mission. It's my purpose. God got me fulfilling the prophecy right now, my boy. Yeah, I mean, I created this as therapy, family. I didn't do this for money. I did this for therapy, if that's a word that make it easy for you to use. All right, you see that? Sparring is therapy. I needed therapy. This is my therapy. So no, I don't get paid for it. I haven't been getting paid for it. It's been a spiritual journey. It's been a therapeutic journey. And it has been me detoxing the plague, detoxing. I don't know. It This is my payback. All right, I'm paying God back for all of the times that I was living like He wasn't in my life, for all the decisions I made without making those decisions with God. I created consequences with the decisions I made without God, and this is the detox so that I can get right and become worthy. All right, so shit. Somebody said, when you realized you was fulfilling your prophecy, when my wife became my baby mama and convinced my family to exile and excommunicate me and help her with her sexual liberation in the street, and she became a proud, belligerent, independent, single, I don't need no man, feminist. I realized I was fulfilling the prophecy when I died and God didn't let me stay dead. Facts. I realized I was fulfilling the prophecy when I died and God ain't let me stay dead And I was mad at that nigga, cause that nigga gonna make me be alive. And I told him if he gonna make me be alive, when he clearly see that I don't wanna be, that I was gonna burn this bitch down. I gonna fuck this bitch up. And so God gave me the authority to burn this bitch down. He said, well, my son, if that's what you wanna do, take this spiritual fire and Luke 12:49, all right? Luke 12:49. And I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna burn it down. This little light of mine, they gonna respect my mind. This nigga want me to be alive, living in torment. Y'all want me to be alive, living in torment. Y'all think this shit funny. Nigga, this shit not funny to me. You feel me? Like, you understand? I don't know. Y'all keep asking me, so I gotta keep telling y'all. It's like family. I couldn't even go to sleep, family. I didn't want to be awake. I didn't want to be alive, and I didn't want to go to sleep, all right, because I had the nightmares when I was sleeping, and I didn't want to be up because I can't believe this shit is happening. I don't want to be asleep because then I had nightmares. Then I wake up, and this shit's still real. It's still happening. Then I started punching to punch myself to sleep because that's the only thing that I could do to wear myself out. I used punching to wear myself out until I fell asleep into nightmares, and I had to fucking sleep through fuck nigga nightmares until I couldn't sleep no more, waking up. Didn't want to wake up because I look around and my life's still upside down. Yeah. Angry every day. Mad every day. Sad every day. Then you got the media, which seems like it's making fun of me. Every song is making fun of my situation. All of the news, everybody it just seems like the whole world is in on this joke. So it's me versus the world. And I'm gonna win. So we changing the culture. Okay. So we changing the culture because they took my children from me in my fatherhood and made me the father of all children. I became God, the father of all children. And so now I'm gonna save all the children. Hashtag save the children, even though they stopped that hashtag from working because, you know, of course, they was making fun of me the whole time. Everything that I was talking about, they turned it into a news line and made fun of it in my face. And then they created all of these weird-ass trolls, all these weird-ass clones, and tried to pretend like they was me. You can even see some people come in here and try to call me by the names of the clones. But I existed before those clones, family. And they come in here, they try to call me Nature Boy. They try to call me Young Pharaoh. They try to call me Rashad Jamal. I'm just gonna chill because the more I continue to name the name, you understand, I've been alive my whole life. I've been me. I've been who I am. I've been on my journey. And these are the voodoo dolls that they tried to put out there and destroy to discourage. But how you gonna discourage me when God got this fire up under my ass? Maybe you slowed me down. You created the first wave of coronal mass ejection. But what you gonna do about the next wave? What y'all gonna do about the next coronal mass ejection? But I took all that shit personally. Cause I couldn't raise my children while y'all had the radio saying While y'all had the radio singing "Fuck My Baby Daddy, Sexy Red," and then y'all got Drake supporting that shit. Of course, I'm Team Kendrick Lamar. You got the goddamn City Girls, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, just making fun of the life my baby mama living in front of my face like this shit funny. Y'all got, all right, y'all, the world want to play games. The world want to play games. Well then, let's play. You want to play Lil Nas X and the demon and the devil and the Baphomet. Well then, I'm gonna play God then. So that's what we doing. Facts. My boy Tone said, I fucked up, bro. I got the vaccine. Your body detox everything. Your ass been eating stupid, dumb ass shit your whole life. Don't trip. They been putting vaccines in the animals that your ass been eating your whole life. Don't trip. Your body been trying to protect itself. That's facts, nigga. That shit ain't new, nigga. Your ass better motherfucking keep on detoxing. My boy said true, you right. Facts, nigga. Don't get the tripping now, nigga. That's over with. Your body been fighting for its life, nigga. What you talking about? All right, and you ain't been that much of a help, okay? Goddamn. All right, you want to help your body heal itself, my boy? Fast, work out, and stay hydrated, okay? That's facts. That's facts. Nah, you good, it's good. Just keep working out. Fast when you know, find you a fasting routine that makes sense for you as you continue to make your progress. Get back to Genesis 1:29 and stay hydrated and stay having fun. Dance, work out. Develop your coordination. Man, as long as it worked for you. Everybody body different. Everybody journey is different. So, you know, learn how to water fast for yourself. The best water fast is the water fast that worked for you. All right, I see the algorithm that slowed us back down, huh? We back only with the real ones. Facts. We gave them what we could. They took what they could handle. I lit the flame. I don't know who had the candle. But anybody that got the candle can do. All right? That will be done on earth by the can do's. All right? So light that candle. Let get it popping. Yeah, we had to step on them. We ain't gonna let them step on us. Definitely ain't gonna let them run them up. They weren't talking about nothing anyway. They're just distracting shit. They weren't trying to get the message. Anybody that was trying to get the message, they would have stuck around. And they stuck around as long as they could. Some of this shit you gotta take in doses. That's the only reason why they are now into gnosis. Gnosis, hypnosis. Think that they might know this, but they don't. Swear to God, they ain't hear the alarm, didn't get the notice. Ring that siren, I'ma ring that alarm. You already know it's me. G-O-D, that long arm of the law. I got them hands. I am God on me, cause God on me. I gotta lay them hands on them, baptize them. You already know it's me, and I'm back doing it once again in that sea. Ain't nobody else with me. Yeah, I don't wait out that 3D. They still stuck with me. You already know it's, and you know I'm a poet. Yeah, they don't wanna rock like Peter. It's me, kicking my feet up. Who defeated? Bitch, you defeat. We are Jesus without the J. We the he's us. Hey, we the he. He BGB's got that. Bitch, I am not a project, I am projecting. This is a projection that I'm reflecting. I am not the reflection, I am the observer. That's that science. That's the scientist. That's Yakub, that's Jacob. The Yakub, the big-headed scientist, made the mistake of not respecting G-O-D until he wrestled God, and that's the reason that he could see. I had to wrestle God so that he could show me. Cause otherwise, ain't no way I was gonna believe. I had to test the waters. I had to go test the fire. I learned the truth and now I am a testifier. I'm a testament cause I passed all the tests that I was in. Swear to God, time and space, they had me bent. I reversed it. I bend time and space to create my own reality. That's how I create my own space. And within my space, I create heaven as I co-create the definition of reverend. Definition of that light, right? I'ma live life right. I'ma live like Christ. I'ma take flight. I'm a pilot. This is my... Yeah. I'ma live like Christ. Philippians 2:5. They getting mad cause I'm not left. I'm two right hands. You got two left feet, you cannot dance. Swear to God, I'm not from your planet. These are not plans. I'm way, way, way up. That's the reason you don't stay up late at night. I am the night light. I am the night star. Twinkle little star. You can see it if the door is ajar. I live life today like it ain't no tomorrow. Thank you, baby. Yeah, that's soul R-A-R. I'm a blasphemy. Who gon' blaspheme? Not you. That much I can see. I'm a blasphemy, cause you keep shooting the messenger. If you shoot this message, I'ma show you how that messenger shoot back. Light flashing, laser beam, Star Wars. Let me show you what show you the face of God. Boy, you ain't half this hard. Boy, you is hard. You don't know who we are. Soul R, soul star, soul light. Solstice, that's right. It's the soul's night. Dark night of the soul. That's the winter solstice. This the summer solstice. Let me show you where my soul went. Back up to the heavens, above the body. I graduated to Cornamana, summa cum laude. You should go in valedictorian. Who let this dick in? This is the diction. I am the dictator. I am the author writing. You got that arthritis. That's why you are not invited. Casket. You can't come in here if you a bastard. You don't know your father, then get far from us. You not like us, so you cannot hang with us. Bitch, go. No, I OD on the energy. That's the way you spell G-O-D. You are your own worst enemy for eternity. I'm gon' enemy, turn the flame up and burn them. See, I'ma make that ego crash. I'ma set that ego down. You already know the ego mind. Do not fuck around with the fire. Hey, with that flame, schizophrenic. I'ma split the mind, then I'ma choose which direction we gon' go in it. We gon' go in, then again, I am the end king, thinking I am the end king, cause the kingdom is within. Luke 17:21, that is the real depiction. Depict. Pixels. Depict pixels. Pixelation. Dilation. I'm gonna think about that right there. I like that. I'm gonna think about that right there. Facts. I'm gonna think about that. Interesting. Shout out to Big GhOD for the download. Star codes for the star seeds. Morse code. They don't know these. Binary. Because they not children of the light. They don't want to be the Christ. They not brave like we are. They don't want to take flight because they scared they gonna fall. But you falling in the bottomless pit. Ain't no bottom to hit. I swear to God, this is fly as it get. You just got to spread your wings. When you falling, start flying. Facts. When you're falling, start flying. You can't fly without falling, man. Don't be afraid to fall. That's the way you learn to fly. Falling right out of heaven. Facts. You definitely got to save yourself from the decisions that you keep making. If you keep playing stupid games, you keep winning stupid prizes. That's facts, TSTP. My boy TSTP said, I was scared about using my account. I do business on the go to church with you until I realize I don't want money or attention from anyone who sees a problem with me praising God in the way I see fit. Man, that's a fact, though. You have the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and you shouldn't be discriminated against for the way that you keep your own sanity. As long as you are law-abiding and you're not breaking no laws and you're not stepping on nobody's rights, bro, you good. You got the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech. You got all these freedoms, family. You do business with people that believe in all kind of weirdo things, family. People have all kind of cognitive development, all right? So, yeah, for who? Facts. God is everything. I ain't gonna lie. Man, God gave me the energy today. So I'm just outside reaping what I sow with the energy that God gave me. You feel me? Like, I'm Colossians 1:26 through 29 in the Message Bible. Anybody read the Message version of the Bible? Go read that Message version, that Colossians 1:26 through 29 in the Colossians, man. God gave me this spirit, gave me this energy, and I'm going to use it to reap what I sow every day in a row, all right? Yeah. Nah, TSTP is with us for sure. Yeah, let me do you the nice honor. Give you that Excalibur. Give my boy that wrench so he can help me tighten them up. You feel me? My boy Augustine too, that's love. My boy TSTP Studio said, I've spent more time with God in this chat than the past 10 years in the organized church. Thank you for that, my brother in God. That's facts, though. We are brothers, one family under God, same Father, the breath that we all breathing. And it's all backed up by everything back us up, nigga. Every spiritual system, every spiritual book, everything proves us right. Welcome to Eastern philosophy. Welcome to Eastern psychology. Welcome to Eastern Christianity. Facts. Eastern spirituality. I swear to God, this shit is normal on the East. It's only weird to Western civilized individuals, okay? It's normal on the East. It's weird to the Westerners. That's facts. Man, that's crazy testimony. I appreciate that testimony. Osiris Ra. Facts, though. Big testimonies in the chat, though. I ain't gonna lie, it's really like that, though. It is. I try to tell them. This is all about connecting to a higher power and understanding that we deserve that connection. We deserve the fruit of connecting back to the root that is God, the source of all that we are, the source of the power that we use in our life. And that's why I walk in that power, the power of God. I walk in that realm. I walk in that space that me and God co-create. Like I said, going back into the story from earlier, man, it's live because God created Adam to be his false body so that God could experience his own creation. But the false body needed its own mind, a mind capable of free will. So he gave the body Eve. He put a false mind into the false body so that he could experience the false separation from himself. And Adam and Eve journeyed into the wilderness, into the world of make-believe, into the world of being separated from God consciously. And God sent the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, the breath to make sure that his lost soul finds his way back, his lost son, his prodigal son. So Adam is the first man, the false man, but Christ is the firstborn, the true mind, the God mind, the mind that brings the soul back to our Father. So I came to be the Christ, the representative of our Father, the light that helps you see your way back so that you can go back to our Father. He sent me so we can go back. Facts. What chapter is the prodigal son? That's facts. God created Adam God created Adam as a puppet that he could use in the puppet show, as a straw man, as a legal entity that he can play in the legality, in the paper world. But a fictitious entity is still fictitious, even though it's a legal fiction. It's a legal fiction. It's a legal fiction, but it's still a fiction. It's still a lie. I appreciate that, Osiris Ra. I appreciate that, Augustine. Put Luke 15:11-21, the prodigal son. That's who we are, because we use God's experience to go experience the realm of make-believe and forgot who we are, forgot who our Father was, and we became the prodigal son. Because as soon as you remember who you are, remember who your Father is, and you go back to your Father, he welcomes you with love you to life. Love you back to life. Say, my son, I love you. I've been waiting on you your whole life. Welcome back. You used your own free will. You experienced your own life. You did your own thing. As a parent, that's tough. It's tough as a parent to let your child go. People get mad because they be like, how you going to sacrifice your children to God? Or they get mad at that story in the Bible where God asks, I forget who he asked right now, Isaiah or somebody, Isaac or somebody, I can't remember off top right quick, but he asked them to sacrifice their son. And when they went to sacrifice their son, he said, nah, y'all good, you got it. But I'm like, how y'all mad at God for asking somebody to sacrifice his son, but you happy when God sacrificed his son? You happy that Jesus got crucified and was sacrificed for your weak, weird-ass, dumb-ass sins? That's why I be telling niggas Jesus did not die for your sins. Jesus died as an example for you to die for your own sins. All right? He said, follow him and do what he did. He didn't say, I did it for you. He said, I did it so that you can have faith. So you can do it for yourself. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? I ain't die for you niggas. I ain't live for you niggas. Y'all niggas living for yourself. But now you don't want to die for yourself. Fuck out of here, bitch. You'll be all right. You saw me do it. Now you have faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Bitch, ain't nobody die for you. You better goddamn get your life right and stop acting dumb than a motherfucker. Your ass keep doing dumbass shit and getting dumbass consequences and then gonna blame Jesus like he ain't get back fast enough. Like, Jesus, I've been waiting on you. When you coming back? I need you to save me. I keep getting STDs. What? Bitch? Damn, people dumb. Nah, Osiris Ra, that's completely correct. You got to remember, God put Adam to sleep. Adam didn't wake back up. He created Eve inside of Adam's sleep. Everything that's going on is a dream. Row, row, row your boat. Remember, Eve ate the apple, that red apple from the wicked witch, the Lilith. Remember, Eve ate that apple and fell asleep. Like Alice in Wonderland. This shit just a dream. These are dreams, my boy. Row, row, row your boat. This shit ain't no goddamn lie. This shit the truth. That's over with. Facts. It's all literary works of art. Literally. Literary works of art. Poetic justice. Poetry. Poetic justice. Poetic justice. Cause I can never right my wrongs unless I write them down for real. P.S. In the thunder and rain. Look at that. P.S. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Osiris said, you know what? I always say even instead of Eve. That's crazy. But hey, the words speak for themselves, man. The words be giving us the truth. They said that's why they got the bitten apple on the iPhone. That's facts. We are God's iPhone because we bit the apple. That's why we here. E.T., phone home, iPhone, the I am. I am that I. God is using the iPhone. God using his body to communion with his other fractals. God uses the iPhone to communicate telepathically. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Understanding reality is a riddle. We just decoding the matrix. We decoding the Bible. Look how we said schizophrenia is splitting the mind. Schizophrenia is splitting the mind. It's splitting the atom. You split the mind, you split the atom. You get a nuclear vision. Nuclear. Holocaust. Atomic bomb. Atomic bomb. Nuclear holocaust. Swastika. Hitler. The Jews. The burning bush. Israelite. Testifier. God's spirit. Testifier. Jews. God's spirit. Jews. Testifier. Israelite. The fire Israelite. Testifier. Testify. Split the atom. Split the mind. Schizophrenia. Become the mind of God. God's chosen people. Holocaust. Nuclear vision. Now, tell them who got that pig Latin. Who figured out what I just spoke in tongues? Facts, nigga. Spiritual journey. Now, who's the real chosen ones? They take your tax dollars to build an invisible border. Who's the invisible man? Who is the invisible? Who can see the envision? Who can see the invisible? They take your tax dollars and pay invisible people. The spirit of God. Invisible. God's spirit. Jews, Israelites, Palestinians. World War III, World War I, World War II. Nuclear vision for God's chosen. Now, who went through the Holocaust? Good thing I'm speaking in riddles. Somebody might actually know what I say and try to block out the sun. Harp, who put them clouds in the sky? Coronal mass ejection. Shit getting real. Who split that atom and created the atomic bomb? Schizophrenia. Who's schizophrenic and splitting the mind of man, splitting the mind of Adam, splitting the atom, subatomic quantum realities? Who took him to the subatomic quantum light particles, light waves, the observer effect, the observer, the scientist, Yaqub, the mad scientist, Yaqub, Jacob wrestled with God, Israelites. Why you mad, KO? Why you angry? Why you the mad scientist, Yaqub? Why you Jacob? Why you Israel? Why you the king of the who's? Whoopsie. He said they freezing your live just a little bit. God damn it, the algorithm caught on. How the hell the goddamn algorithm know star code? Bitch, I was speaking in Morse code, bitch, that was pig Latin. Who sent the CIA over here? Who put the FBI up here? Damn, goddamn algorithm trying to put my pig Latin back in English. God damn. I swear to God. My boy said frozen a whole lot, not just a little. It's still frozen. Man, it's crazy. You don't want me to tell the people who they are? Who the real who's are? I didn't say that J word. I said the who's. You gotta burn them. They need to get in that fire. You gotta testify so that you can prove that you are the real chosen who's. Don't you burn those who's. Don't you split the atom, create the this nigga gonna split the atom, create the nuclear vision, nuclear holocaust, and he gonna test the spirits, the children of God, to see who's the real light. And then they gonna identify themselves as the invisible people and collect them goddamn tax dollars. Cause who the hell y'all giving our tax dollars to? The people that went through the what? The who's? Who are the real who's? All the real who's that know that they are the one Isaiah. I says I. You should be paying the tax dollar too. It's the humans that's still confused. That's who paying the dues. Give me them tax dollars. Ain't no point in just letting it go to waste because they lose. You hear me? Did the algorithm figure that out too? I was really just talking to you. Damn. They put that AI on my ass. I can't even give y'all the message. I'm trying to speak in riddles. I guess that's why they ain't letting nobody be in the chat either right now, huh? It's cool, though. London Bridge is burning down, burning down, burning down. London Bridge is burning down. Says KV Act. That's how we act. Says KV Act. Was the KV Act in 1666? 666. Was the KV Act in 1666? I wonder. Facts. Artificial intelligence ain't intelligent at all. That's what the word artificial means in the first place. All right? That's facts. London Bridge is falling down, burning down, burning down, burn, 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 burning down. Is it still chopping up? The live still glitching? Nah, AI can give you jobs. You use AI. Oh, so now it's normal again? Now that I ain't talking about how to tap in to your birthrights legally through the law of equity and trust law with the taxes, they gonna unfreeze me. Because I was telling you that we are the who's that have to be tested by the fire, the testifier of the mint, the testament, so that you can prove that you are the real who's, the real children of God. So you are tested by the internal flame, not the external flame that they use as an excuse to say that they sending your tax dollars to who's. You the who's they supposed to be sending the tax dollars to, but you don't identify yourself as such because you don't know who you are as the children of God. So if you claim to be the children of God, they gonna test you with the fire, not an external fire, but you can't have fear. You got exactly, you understand me? Exactly, says KV Act, that is correct. You understand me? Did it chop me up that time, or was I a little bit smoother with going around the artificial intelligent attempt to stop me from waking up the true who's? The true who's am I? I am who I am. That's correct. I appreciate that, TSTP Studios, because you are the invisible. When you understand that you have insight, you can see within and it's visible within. That's the invisible. You are the invisible people who's supposed to be collecting the taxes that go to those who survived the nuclear, the burning bush, the flame, the fire, the testifier. Okay? They gonna test you to see if you gonna identify yourself or if you gonna act in fear. You act in fear, you get taxed. You act in righteousness, you get tributes. I ain't gonna lie, I said it the best way I can say it. Somebody said, will God erase his Akashic records? Ain't no such thing as that, family. I don't even know why you even asking that. That's a waste of your time. That's a waste of your attention span, family. That's neither here nor there. God don't never lose. God is the eternal winner. God won before he started creating memories to remember in the first place. Man, you good. It's all good. It's all good. All you got to do is learn how to live your free will. Learn how to use your free will righteously. Learn how to make your free will create your own version of heaven. That's your biggest concern. Anything other than that is not really concerning. I don't know, they playing with my live. We always have more people in the live with us than this. That's off the rip. Especially at this time of day. I bet you if I get off live and start the live over, we gonna have hundreds of people in here. I bet you. Soon as we get to talking that talk, that algorithm, that AI gonna get to hearing what I'm talking about. Siri gonna get to kicking everybody out. Nobody gonna get me on they algorithm no more. Facts. Facts. 300 people in 10 minutes for sure. My boy said, run it. I'll be back. My boy Augustine said, run it. Shit, I'll run it. Y'all want to run it back? I'll run this boy back. I bet. Let me run it back then, y'all. Hey, look out for the notice. We finna jump back in. We finna go back into the matrix. We finna go back in the matrix. Okay? And we gonna categorize all of the lost souls that we see on earth. We in heaven. All right, y'all? Remember, we up here on the top of the mountain. We in heaven. We finna look at all the souls that come through the door, and then you gonna see what level each soul is in their spiritual development on earth. You got the ones that come in being toxic. You got the ones that come in being religious. You got the ones that come in trying to be anti-religious. You got the ones that come in and try to, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you're going to see what these souls at. It's just a bunch of souls just scrambling, doing shit. And we just be looking at their ass like watchers with Enoch, like we outside of time and space. We just be looking at their ass. They be like, oh, you mad. Oh, I made you mad. Oh. We just be looking like, boy, we done seen all of y'all 100,000 times before. They swear to God, they the first ones with the joke. They the first ones with you blasphemy. That's blasphemous. You are going to hell. It's like, well, you know what category that person go in. Look at these little souls. I just be in heaven, unaffected, not giving a damn, just looking at their ass. They just be scrambling down there on the ground. I'll be like, yup, I know where you at. I know what class you in. I'm like, boy, your ass, boy, you finna go through some shit. I done been through that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, that nigga finna go through some shit that I opted out of for shit show. I for shit show ain't going through that shit. I got too much common sense to go down that dark ass road. I went down a dark ass road, but goddamn. Facts. Nah, that's facts though. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's go back, man. We finna go back down to earth and see what these trolls do, all right? In love. I'll be right back.